Folks, good morning and welcome to another episode of Steelers Morning Rush. I'm Alan Saunders. It's Tuesday, July 29th. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be back on the field at St. Vincent College today for their first practice in pads. Excited about that. Starts around 1:55 p.m. this afternoon. Also have some earlier availability with the players over at St. Vincent. So heading out there shortly this morning, but I wanted to get this up earlier for you guys before all that. So got a question here from Norm Dadul, who says, hey guys, keep up the great work. Question for the pod. Do you think some of the reason, or maybe the help-hurt ratio of the publicity of the offense this year and in previous years is because the defense is so good at practice? I can see how people will look at the Steelers offense and be like, oh, these guys can't complete a drive at practice. But when you see the defense they're going up against, it's got to make life harder for the offense at practice. It's a good question in general. When you see something at training camp that is positive for one side of the ball, frequently that is a negative for the other side of the ball. And so should you be excited about the side of the ball that made the play or disappointed about the side of the ball that did not make the play is sort of an age-old question about watching training camp practice, watching any good-on-good team practice. So here's how I'll answer the question. I think so. Yes, the last practice, which was Sunday, in 7 shots, the first rep, the Steelers offense ran a bit of a rub. Jonnu Smith ran a shallow out, and I think it was Metcalf, who was the receiver on that side, ran some sort of inside route. And Porter went inside with Metcalf. Nobody came outside with Smith, and Aaron Rodgers threw an uncontested touchdown. So you look at that and you say, okay, the offense didn't do anything special and the defense did something dumb. So you can look at that play and say, like, this was a bad rep for the defense. And like, even though the offense got a touchdown, it should not make you feel any better about the offense. It's not a good rep for the offense. Second rep is different, right? You got bracket coverage over DK Metcalf. He runs an out away from it. Thornhill comes all the way over from his safety spot to break up the pass on a well-run, well-thrown out route. Now, this one here is like a positive with no negative, right? It's the opposite. Like, it's a really good play by Thornhill. And Thornhill's a key piece of what the Steelers are doing this year. He's got to play well. He didn't play great last year with the Browns. Him looking good is a real positive sign. And by the way, he has looked really good so far. And the offense just did a good job, executed a play that 90% of the time would go for a touchdown, except Thornhill made a great play. So the first play, you have a negative with no positive. The second play, you have a positive with no negative. Sometimes you have positive both ways. You know, sometimes you have negative both ways. So can a unit going up against a much stronger unit make it look worse than it actually is? Yeah, that can happen. I think that's going to happen. I think that's always happened with the Steelers tackles. I mean, I don't think that Dan Moore and Chooks were great tackles over the years. But, like, if you would have watched some of the live first team reps, like they'd go like a week without winning one. You know, they weren't that bad. It's just the quality of competition they're going up against. Like, that's why when I say, like, Troy Fautanu got just massacred by TJ Watt on a rep the other day. It's TJ Watt. He does that all the time. That doesn't bother me. It's one of the reasons why when Mike Tomlin picks one-on-one matchups, he's trying to pick guys to go against each other for a specific reason, because it doesn't do you any good to watch TJ Watt obliterate your whole team. You want to get somebody who you can learn something from. Yeah, fine. Okay, TJ's going to beat everybody. So move him to the side. Let's see how Fautanu does against Herbig. Let's see how Broderick Jones does against Highsmith. Let's see how, Jalen Warren does against Patrick Queen. Those are the good on good that you want. You definitely want, and that's one of the reasons also, like when you see who gets off days. Yeah, veterans get off days, but it's almost always going to be pulling from the stronger side of the ball to make things equal. So, like, one day this week, Mike Tomlin gave 3 vet off days. That was TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, and Darius Slay. So the defense is playing with one hand tied behind its back that day. And again, yeah, they want to get the veterans some rest, but also trying to make things equal, trying to make things fair, trying to make an even competition. There's other ways the coaches can make things even too. You can restrict your stronger side of the ball to do less than it normally does, or tell them to work on something they're not good at instead of doing what they are good at. Like the Steelers, let's just say that the Steelers offense was the stronger side of the ball. Well, the Steelers offense is way better at running than passing. So if the Steelers offense was the stronger side of the ball and you want to make things fair, you would tell the offense, you got to throw the ball 80% of the time. Practice today. We know you can run the ball. Let's see you do something else. They'll do this individually too, right? Where we know Peyton Wilson can cover. I want to see him blitz. We know that Malik Harrison can stop the run. I want to see him try to carry Pat Frymouth up the post. Those kind of things are how you grow and how you measure growth. And so, yeah, it's definitely an age-old kind of thing at training camp. You don't ever want to see one unit, one side of the ball, one player just over and over again winning over the other. That's a sign that you probably got a problem somewhere, and good coaches will figure out a way to make it even. I think Mike Tomlin usually does. I can recall even when the Steelers didn't have a very good offense, them looking good in training camp at times because of what Mike Tomlin is doing to try to make the competition fair, even though you're dealing with unbalanced parts. Good question, Norm. I hope I answered it well. We got more coming all day. Sights and sounds, afternoon drive, practice report. It's all coming here on the YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Head over to SteelersNow.com. Check out the written coverage until about 6 o'clock when you'll have me and Smitty. One of us will be live from St. Vincent College. Smitty's coming out this week, too. We got DB and Smitty both coming out this weekend. That's going to be a blast. I'm excited for that as well. So until next time, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and enjoy.